Hey guys, I just wanted to go over a few different ways that we can find motivated sellers. We have read many articles, we have watched so many videos from so many gurus, mentors, coaches. We have watched YouTube videos. Every single way we've been trying to find different ways to market to motivated sellers, to find motivated sellers that are looking to sell their properties. Well, today I'm going to go over about seven of them. And these seven that I want to discuss today, they all have to do with mailings. This isn't the traditional mailing specifically to where you just go to one of the list companies online like Listability or listsource.com and just buy specific criteria and then mail out. These are a little bit different, but they all have to do with mailings in one way or another. So let's just go over some of them right now. Real estate attorneys, you can send mailers, postcards, letters. You can probably do it more professionally to the real estate attorneys. You can send them business cards, or any other type of ads. And this would be more of like a referral type, to where if they're dealing with any type of situation where it requires that their client would need to sell their property, need to dispose of the property quickly. And I mean, that can be inherited property, that can be from a divorce situation, that can be, so many different things. If you actually go deep into it, it could be from crimes, some kind of crime that they committed. They just need to get rid of the house because they're probably going away. That's a referral type based system where you automatically gain credibility if that attorney refers you to that client of theirs, to buy their property. Or car or whatever else they're looking to sell. There's many ways to make money, not just off of houses. Um, and I guess I touched on in the first one, but you could mail directly to people getting divorced. Whether it's to the husband or the wife. I mean, divorcees, they typically, not always, but they typically want to sell the property off and then split the proceeds, especially if there's equity or if it's free and clear. That could be a good potential lead source right there. And I also mentioned this already as far as attorneys, but this is specifically for divorce attorneys. You could mail to them and gain that credibility with them right away, to where every time they have a client that's getting a divorced, or a situation similar to where they need to sell off the property, you're right there in their mind. They're like, okay, well, I can refer them right away and get this taken care of. So, if you continue to market to attorneys, or in this specific point, divorce attorneys, then you'll be the first one that they think of. And you don't just have to mail them a letter once and be done with it. Yeah, it could cost some money up front, but imagine if you just have one, two, three attorneys that decided to stick with you, and they have multiple divorce situations coming all the time, where there's real estate involved. You could be their number one source as a buyer, to their clients' homes. You can send mailers. I guess you can call it code violation leads, but there's also building code leads or health code, violations. And that can be any property that's a risk to the community, whether it's abandoned and boarded up or needs to be boarded up. If there are squatters or a lot of drug activity going on. As far as code violations, I mean, if there's tall grass, if it needs repairs, windows are busted, roof has a blue tarp on it. I mean, there are so many situations where the local code enforcement, or even the building code violations enforcers are out there, sending notices to the homeowners, or putting signs on the front doors or on the windows saying that you guys need to fix this or you're going to get fined, or they are already violations, pinned on the doors. And there are things online where you can, there are websites online, local websites that you can go to find. I believe it's public record to have it posted on the website. Some counties might not do it online. They might be behind on the times a bit, but it's worth checking out. code enforcement, building violations. I mean, those people are motivated to sell, especially if they're in the right situation where they need to get rid of the property, they can't afford to fix it. I also touched on this in the beginning. You can send mailers to people that have spouses or the homeowners themselves that have gone to prison, or that just got recently, or that they were arrested recently, and they might be out of jail now. But what if they need to sell the house to move or to pay for fines, penalties, bail, whatever the situation is. There are people that are in those tough situations, and you can be there to help them out, to buy their property, to get their property sold, and help them out in those situations. So also check out people that have been arrested. So that's definitely something to go into. And I actually had a deal that where one of my leads was from a recent arrest record, to where I actually closed on the property myself and made a good amount of money, fixing it up and listing it for retail. So, and that was just recently, about a month ago, that I finally sold it. You can send mailers, or any kind of ads, business cards to realtors. I mean, if you can find investor-friendly realtors, that would be great. But I mean, any realtor, they come across seller leads all the time where they can't list a property. It's just not in the condition to list, to sell at retail price. They need a lot of repairs, and agents do pocket listings where they don't list it on the website, on the MLS, but they might already have cash buyers that are already purchasing those homes, or they're just marketing it locally, on Craigslist or however, by referrals or, by word of mouth. And if you can get on those realtors lists where they send you those pocket listings, I mean, that alone can, fill up your bank account, buying those homes and flipping those homes. The last one that I wanted to go over in this video would be, you might have to dig a little bit to find, these types of leads, but people that just had their cars recently repossessed. If their house has been recently, if their car has been recently repossessed, you never know. What if the house is next? You just go on and contact them, whether you get their phone number, or knock on their door if if you're brave enough to do that, or just mail them a letter, a postcard, and see if they're looking to sell their property, or if they have anything that they need to sell, that you could make, some money off. You help them, but you can also make a little bit of money off of it yourself. Anyway, guys, I might make a few more videos about other ideas on, finding motivated sellers. But these are a few that you can get started on. Let me know if any of these were helpful, or if you have any suggestions. You can email me at inmotionpropertygroup@gmail.com, or you can find me on Facebook. All right, guys, take care.